How do you see your own competence? If you experience high levels of self-doubt or imposter feelings, there is a likelihood that you're operating from a competence playbook that bears little or no resemblance to reality. If you want to beat this mindset of inadequacy, you're going to need to readjust your beliefs around assessing your own competence. I'm Mandy Green, and in this short video, I'm going to give you some tips and techniques for dealing with the two most common competence distortions, and those are perfectionism and being the expert. In her book, The Secret Thoughts of Successful Women, Valerie Young talks about the perfectionist as having a really straightforward rule book, and that is this: I should deliver unblemished performance 100% of the time. Nothing short of perfect is acceptable. And of course you'll fail. Now, there is nothing wrong with a healthy push to be the best that you can be, but perfectionism is distorted and it's unhealthy, and the end result is always having your feelings of imposterism confirmed, and then you get stuck in that never-ending self-criticism and shame. So here's what you can do to break that cycle and reframe your thinking around words like quality and standards. So firstly, don't wait to get your work out into the world, endlessly tweaking and adjusting things. It's a surefire way to inhibit success. And at some point, you need to decide that it is good enough, and then let it go. You don't have to get it perfect, you just have to get it out there. You can, of course, correct as you go. And yes, that feels uncomfortable, but that's what continuous improvement is. So try and step away from the desire to finish it 100% and learn to deal with the messy. Now, the expert has a different approach to competence, and the primary concern here is how much knowledge or skill you have. And of course, there's never enough. So the expert is constantly taking courses, getting new qualifications, and seeking that in-depth knowledge. So here, competence means knowing everything there is to know. And women tend to fall into the expert trap more frequently than men, as they grew up with a different set of messages, often assuming they had less ability. And this is a very well documented bias. So that expert is constantly seeking validation and constantly fearing the judgment of not knowing enough. And the consequences, of course, is that you fear speaking up or offering an opinion, and that you hold yourself back from attempting roles that you're perfectly capable of fulfilling, simply because you don't consider yourself to be competent yet. So here's what you can do to break the cycle of the expert. You don't need to know everything, you just need to know how to find someone who does. So don't carry the burden of all the knowledge yourself, it's unsustainable. And it's also unfair to the others in your team, actually. So know when you know enough, and if you're challenged, then I'll find out is a perfectly legitimate response. Think twice before you sign up to that higher academic program. Is it just to bolster your insecurities, or is it actually going to help? Remember, there are many paths to expertise, so don't dismiss trial and error and hands-on experience. And please, please, please speak up in meetings if you know enough. Even if you know a little bit, your opinion still counts. Now, if you'd like to get a calibration of your attitude to competence and confidence, take a look at the free questionnaire tool on my website at www.mandygreenleadership.com. And that's it for now. Bye.